Hello and welcome to my channel. This week I have a little bit of a different video for you. I am beginning an elimination diet in the next week or so, and I have foods that I know are not great for my body, and I feel so much better when they are not in my body. But the holidays, I eat stuff. I shouldn't, because it's fun and you're with family and it feels good to let things go here and there. But now it's time to feel better, to sleep better, to have less inflammation. So I'm going to let you know some of the tips that I have learned over 20 years of food elimination diets. I have tried so many. I've had a lot of health issues that I've wanted to resolve. So I have a lot of experience with this, and I'd love to share some of that with you. The most important thing is to not get hungry. I can't stress that enough. It is so hard when you're hungry to not eat an easy thing, and often the easy things are things you're trying not to eat. If you need to set a timer every 2 hours to make sure you're having a snack, maybe you're a person that often incorporates fasting or just goes longer periods in between eating, and that's fine and well for a lot of people, but during an elimination diet, it is not the easiest way to do it. The easiest way to do it is just to live alone, take all the food out of your house that you don't want to eat. But so many of us do not live like that, including me. I have a family, and there's going to be foods around that I'm choosing not to eat for a time. So I keep a list of snacks that I can easily have and that I have on hand in case that emergency arises. And I also keep some treats on hand that maybe I wouldn't normally want to eat a lot of. Dried fruit, chips. These are things that are acceptable for me under an elimination diet. It might be different for you, but just something that you do love, but that you're not going to restrict. And like I said, maybe it's something that you normally try not to overdo, but during this month to month and a half, go crazy. Like, don't restrict yourself in that area. It can make it a lot easier when you're trying to remove other things you also really like, to have something that you just can go nuts eating. I also like, in the same vein of not getting hungry or not stressing yourself when you are hungry, I like to prep my meals ahead of time. So while I'm making breakfast, I might also get lunch ready so that it is very easy to just reheat or have and not have to worry about going through that time of preparing it when maybe you're feeling hungry and you're just wanting something you're trying not to have. Something else that helps me is if I'm craving something and it's right there and I could have it, I don't tell myself I can't. I tell myself that I can after I have something else, something heavy on the protein. Protein really helps. And often once I have that protein food, I can then resist the cookie or the bread or whatever it is for you that you're trying not to have. It's a lot easier with some protein in your stomach. A lot of times a craving for something sweet, and you can tell that sweet is my big downfall and also a big problem for my body, refined sugar. A lot of times a craving for something sweet like that, and I notice it in my kids too, is actually a need for some protein. So give your body what it needs and it will reward you with less cravings. Sometimes it can help to have encouragement in the form of improvement. So I like to make a list, whether it's mental or on a piece of paper, because it can be easy to forget these things, of aches and pains, sleep habits, anything that's maybe not functioning at its best in your body or in your life. Those things often are improved by removing common food sensitivities. Your sleep might very well improve quite a bit. Knee pain, jaw pain, any joint issues, anything that inflammation would aggravate. Inflammation is often what we're looking to remove. So those things might feel better, and you might not remember that they bothered you before. It could be very minor, but making a list of that is really nice to look back on so that you can see there's a reason that you're doing this. Something really important to remember is exercise. If you are over 35, when you lose weight, and that can happen on an elimination diet, even if you're going nuts on your treats, if you are losing weight, you're losing muscle mass if you're not exercising. So you really don't want to lose muscle mass. It's very hard to build it back. So if you go on an elimination diet, you lose weight and you're not exercising, if you gain weight back, it will come back as fat, not as muscle. And that just makes aging more difficult on your body. So the tiniest bit of exercise will make a difference here. Walking, yoga, 3 days a week will cause you to lose fat instead of muscle. So that's really important to remember, especially if you are older. Lastly, for most of us, it's not forever. It doesn't have to be forever. It could, but this isn't the last time you eat that favorite food. It's just for a time. And it can help to remember that. And think of it as information. Like maybe you do discover that gluten is a problem for you, or dairy. It doesn't mean that you have to think you're going to stop eating those things forever. It's just information. Maybe when you go to someone's house and there's 2 options, you can choose the one that you know will be less inflammatory for you. Or if you're cooking at home and you don't mind leaving out the milk in something, you could just do that. It's just information and you don't have to do it if you don't want to, but it's nice to know if there are things bothering you. Over the course of the next 4 to 6 weeks, I am going to be doing my own elimination diet. And if you would like to go through this with me, I will be sending emails to my email list more frequently in the beginning. The first couple weeks are the hardest, and then tapering off over the course of the next month or so. So if you'd like to join me in this and get some encouragement, maybe some recipe ideas, I would love to have you. So down in the description box, you can find a link to my website where you can sign up to be part of my email list and join me in this journey. I want to wish you the best of luck if you are working on taking some foods out of your diet that maybe you love, and that can be hard, but it can also be really rewarding. Thank you so much for being here, and I really hope you find success on your elimination diet. I hope I find success on my elimination diet, and hopefully we will all be feeling really excellent when spring rolls around.